by myself and the litany of Wiper aspirants and officials here this morning. Assalamu alaikum. The Wiper Democratic Movement, Kenya, Coast Primaries. The Wiper Democratic Movement, Kenya, will hold its party primaries in all the Coast Region counties on the 18th April 2017. We wish to assure all aspirants that the primaries will be held in a free, fair, and transparent manner. We are confident that at the conclusion of this process, all aspirants, winners and losers, will ascribe to the credibility of the process and join hands to secure victory for the party and the National Super Alliance. We wish to reiterate Wiper's unwavering commitment to punish without mercy instances of violence and electoral malpractices during the nominations, especially against women. We shall lead to automatic disqualification of any evidence that anybody partook to violence or organized violence or impeded the campaigns of another candidate. Therefore, Wiper intends to serve and provide a model of conducting party primaries that meets all tenets or thresholds of a free, fair, and transparent democratic process. Wiper will include or will also accredit independent bodies, civil society organizations, missions, and other players who wish to monitor the nominations process, because we have nothing to hide. Now, you are now all aware, as I said earlier, that I'm now a candidate for governor on the Wiper Democratic ticket. And that's why now I start, before I launch my case, to start prosecuting my case. And I start today by saying Jubilee's negative influence on Mombasa's politics. I am now the flag bearer of the Wiper Democratic Movement Kenya, flag bearer, Mombasa County gubernatorial contest. My brother Nyali MP Hezron Awiti took flight, conscious of the impending defeat in the Wiper nominations. Hezron Awiti had no aspirants or party members who by law and by party nomination rules will nominate its candidates, support his bid for governor. Shuka-wearing theatrics do not win you a party ticket. When I was registering members and getting aspirants, Awiti kwa anavaa mashuka, sijui anavaa minyoa, sijui amefanywa elda huku, amefanywa elda kule. Those people do not win you party nominations, party members do. Honorable Awiti's exit from Wiper is not only inconsequential, but has confirmed his inevitable early defeat in the race for Mombasa governor. Jubilee, that is Suleiman Shabal and Maboza, stand a negligible chance of making any meaningful impact on Mombasa's politics. The battle for the heart and soul of Mombasa County is therefore an in-house affair of the National Super Alliance. Wiper shares with the overwhelming majority of the residents of Mombasa County in their discontent, displeasure, and dissatisfaction in the manner in which Mombasa County is poorly managed or governed. The only impact, and I repeat, the only impact Jubilee can have has been manifest in the last couple of months is negative. Jubilee's obsession with Governor Hassan Ali Joho has or is providing fodder to divert the conversation of the county and its politics from real hardcore developmental and policy conversations to an emotive one. And if you see, Joho is trying to ensure that he escalates the crisis by the day, so as to ensure that there is no other narrative apart from an emotive conversation. Now, as a candidate in the race for governor of Mombasa, it is necessary for me to compartmentalize or isolate the different narratives to ensure that the residents of Mombasa make an objective and critical choice. On emotions, without reason or policy, Joho probably wins. On an issue-oriented and a performance campaign, Joho crashes and loses miserably. Whereas some of the issues are possibly legitimate, not all the issues that Jubilee probably is talking about are illegitimate. The incumbent governor has managed to play victim on all issues, legitimate or otherwise. In the circumstances, Jubilee must now put to rest all its impending theatrics and allow the residents of Mombasa the benefit of an issue-based and performance-oriented campaign. You know, even as I embark on my campaign, assuming I'm the leading candidate, even as we do our swots, 3 weeks to the election, Marwa might pull a theatric. Says he gonna do this, he gonna do that. Withdraws some security, bars him from going somewhere, and before you realize, all the issues are lost. In fact, the greatest threat to an objective election in the Coast region is Marwa and Jubilee. I wish to give you, because I said some issues are not necessarily wrong. I wish to give you my personal assurance and commitment that the NASA government will punish impunity. You know that many politicians seek political position for preservation and impunity. All alleged travesties, this is a guarantee, by Governor Joho, and more particularly the forgery of his KCSE certificate to illegally gain entry into the university, will be punished in the early days of NASA's administration. We will punish it. That forgery is glaring. The facts are glaring, and NASA will not condone impunity by any person, no matter his station in life or status in society. You do not take away the conversation. The conversation is on the forgery. You have an illegal degree, so you're a governor illegally. You get the point? The illegality runs. So it's not a question you inspiring us with your D-minors. It's a question of the illegality. And people, if you look at, for instance, my brother Joho, Waititu, and Sonko, this is a manifestation, not of people who've made it, but of a regime or a government and a political system that is corrupt. Through corruption, you're able to forge a certificate. Through corruption, you're able to get a degree. Through corruption, you're able to corrupt a political system to make you a governor. Through an inept government, they heroize you. You know? So I think if you look at it, I want to tell young people in this coast region, don't get D-minuses. We are trying, sisi tuwajaribu katika pwani kupunguza hizi D-minus. The narrative of failure is what we are fighting against. You give us a few examples. Watuambia Ali Mazrui. Did you see Ali Mazrui? Ali Mazrui did not fail. There's a difference between failing and not doing very well. When you don't do very well, you go to Mombasa Polytechnic. Ali Mazrui went to Mombasa Polytechnic. It was called Miome at that time, with a Division 3. He then got a scholarship and and then pursued his education, and then has been an author of countless books. Bill Gates did not need the university. The university needed Bill Gates. He's the owner of Microsoft. So when people point to you, 5, 6 people who are successful without doing well, or without a university degree, or with a D-, they then tell you of the overwhelming millions who are doing well because of the A-, and A, and B+, and up to C+. So it's a very wrong narrative. And I think as a candidate in Mombasa County, I will speak. When Marwa speaks in a manner as to offend the objective flow of our elections, I will call a counter press conference. You know, now Joho even says these guys want to deport him. To where? So you saw that? I saw that on E Daily or something, E News or something. You see, because now you're escalating the situation. To be deported where? For what? So constantly we are being treated now to a theatrics. And Mwangange and team, if you do not bring down the issues in Mombasa to a conversation on the performance and policy, and we know where the rain between Uhuru Kenyatta, I personally know it, that's why I've been silent, where the rain between Uhuru Kenyatta and Joho beat them. It was not a political fallout, it was a business fallout. From the free port to NYS to a few other issues that were not honored. So then you reorient a business fallout, a personal fallout, to a political conversation. So I think that's why we are here today, to start prosecuting. Now, mimi nimeambiwa na many parents, and I saw caricatures in the cartoons. Please, people of the coast region, do well. You cannot even be a governor with a D- in Kenya. So you have to ensure that you do well in your academics. You must serve by example. You must have the integrity necessary. And we will not fear to speak about these things. You know, you must stand up for what is right. A cause that is popular, like extrajudicial executions, is not necessarily right. So if we're right now, we're having a political circus people must intervene to decimate the dominant narratives with reason. So hatutaki kesho tuone performance za skuli zetu are doing much worse because people are being told, yeah, it's not the end of life. Often, to many people who've not done well, life becomes a real challenge. Unless then you take that initiative wewe mwenyewe to build up. Hata yule mzazi who did not do well is today trying his or her best to ensure that the kid excels in school. 90% of the people who walk into my door come here for education purposes. 90% of people who walk into the CDF are there for education purposes. If education and excellence was not that important, why do parents run around? My parents were not educated, but they ensured that their son was educated. And many parents here, even if their education is not up to pace, they will ensure that their kids get educated, and we will ensure that our kids get educated. So I grew up largely with my friends from the Luo community when I was in the university. For them, academic excellence is not negotiable. So to see somebody based on political consideration now trying to twist the conversation that it is okay, it is not okay. Work hard, work very hard, and be men and women of integrity. That's what this nation needs. You do not want to have all these integrity issues lumped at you. Your businesses have integrity issues. Your education has integrity issues. Your performance has integrity issues. And you say that you're successful, and then every other young person thinks success is driving a good car. It is not. It is also about integrity.